With the Advanced Wars series finally receiving a reboot after 13 long years, fans all over the world are ecstatic about not only reliving the first two games, but the prospects of finally being able to play Advanced Wars online against other human opponents. For that occasion, I thought I'd make a video explaining one of the series' most convoluted mechanics: luck. No, I'm not talking about the kind of luck that lets you get away with making stupid decisions. I'm talking about the luck mechanic, which impacts every decision you make in the game. This mechanic is never once properly explained to the player via a tutorial or in-game dialogue. It's a secret that is intentionally kept hidden from you, and yet it is something that affects every single encounter you engage in. How exactly luck works is often widely misunderstood by players, and there are tons of myths surrounding it. So hopefully in this video, I'll be able to teach you exactly what luck is in Advanced Wars and how it operates. Now, before we begin, I just want to start this video by saying that I will only be talking about the luck mechanic of the first two games, Advanced Wars 1 and Advanced Wars 2, because those are the ones the reboot will include. Dual Strike has some additional luck mechanics that I won't be talking about today, though I may make a video about them in the future. Contrary to what you may have been led to believe, every single commander in the game has luck. There are 3 of them who interacts with it in a unique way, and I'll talk more about them later. But starting off, I need to talk about the luck mechanic that is present in every single encounter. When you attack with a unit in Advanced Wars, a damage value is displayed on screen, indicating the amount of HP you will take away from the enemy. 55% usually means you will take 5 HP from the enemy, but you may have noticed that sometimes you take 6 HP instead. Why is that? Well, that's because the game actually lies to you. It may say 55%, but what it actually means is 55 to 64%. This is because most commanders in Advanced Wars have a luck value of 10. Due to the way the game randomly rolls its values, that means it picks a number between 0 and 9 and adds it to the total damage dealt. Have you ever wondered why sometimes when you attack a transport with your battlecopter and it says 95% damage, that half the time you end up shooting it down, while the other half it remains in the air with 1 HP left? Well, that's solely due to the nature of the luck roll. Sometimes you roll low, other times you roll high, and you cannot personally affect this outcome in any way. Most of the time, the luck value is so minor that it doesn't impact the outcome of the battle by that much. But what about commanders with unique luck values? In Advanced Wars 1 and 2, there are 3 of them: NELL, FLAK, and SONJA. Let's begin by taking a look at NELL. NELL is probably one of the most underrated commanders in Advanced Wars. Most new players only perceive her as being able to randomly do a little extra damage, but that description does not do her justice at all. Unlike other commanders who have a luck value of 10, NELL's base luck value is 20, meaning she can do anywhere between 0 and 19% extra damage with her regular attacks. When she uses her power, Lucky Star, her luck value temporarily rises to 60, meaning she can do anywhere between 0 and 59% extra damage. In Advanced Wars 2, when she uses her superpower, Lady Luck, her luck value goes up to a whopping 100. Now you may think that randomly doing extra damage may not sound so great, but luck damage isn't a percentage increase, it's added to the total damage dealt. This means that NELL's infantry has a chance of wiping out Neo-tanks. To give an example, when Kambai uses his moral boost to greatly increase his firepower, his infantry will still do next to nothing against units like medium tanks and Neo-tanks because their 1% base damage is still pitiful even with a huge firepower increase. But luck damage is simply added on top of the damage you already deal, meaning that NELL's infantry has the potential to get a super strong blow that wipes out whatever they come into contact with. However, there are 2 modifiers which can reduce the amount of luck damage dealt. The first is enemy defense. Luck is added to your total damage dealt after all other bonuses have been applied, meaning firepower increases won't affect your luck values. However, enemy defense is subtracted after luck. This means that if NELL gets super lucky with her superpower and rolls a 99 when attacking some Neo-tanks with her infantry, which would normally be enough to wipe them out, but let's say the Neo-tanks are located on a city, which means they get 30% additional defense, then the damage gets reduced down to 70%, meaning the Neo-tanks will live with 3 HP remaining. This means that commanders with particularly high defense, such as Lash and Kambai, are very good at countering luck damage. The second modifier that affects luck is a unit's total HP. A unit that is at 5 HP and thus at half strength only has half its luck value. This is probably a check put in place to prevent NELL from using her superpower and sending a 1 HP infantry into the fray to try and do massive damage. A unit with 1 HP remaining will only have 1/10 of his total luck value remaining, meaning that even if you get lucky and roll super high, it will barely be noticeable. So to summarize, this is how luck is calculated. You take the base firepower of the unit you're attacking with, then you apply any firepower increases your CO might have, then you apply the random luck value generated by the game, but if your unit is damaged, you reduce the luck value based on how injured the unit is. Then you subtract the enemy defense, and that's the amount of damage you will end up doing. Not confusing at all, eh? However, we still haven't talked about bad luck. There are two COs in the game that has a rather unique negative luck value. They are FLAK and SONJA. FLAK is interesting because he has both good luck and bad luck. FLAK has a good luck value of 15, meaning his units can do between 0 and 14% extra damage, which is a little more than most other COs, but still less than NELL's value of 20. However, FLAK also has a bad luck value of 10, meaning that his units can also do somewhere between 0 and 9% less damage. How the game sorts these two opposing values out is to simply roll twice. First, the game rolls for good luck and adds that number to the damage dealt. Then it rolls for bad luck and subtracts that number from the damage dealt. Due to the way the game does this, it is statistically much more likely for FLAK to end up somewhere in the middle of his two values, and very rare for him to end up far to either side. To give an example, in order for FLAK to deal the maximum 14% extra damage, he would first need to roll 14 on his good luck value, then roll 0 on his bad luck value, which isn't statistically very likely to happen. When FLAK uses his normal power, brute force, his good luck value goes up to 40, but his bad luck value also goes up to 20, meaning statistically he's likely to end up somewhere around the 10% average firepower increase, which is absolutely laughable. When he uses his superpower, Barbaric Blow, his good luck value rises to 80, while his bad luck value also rises to 40, meaning his average firepower increase will be around 20%. This means that FLAK is in every way a poor man's version of NELL. Even his good luck values are not as high as hers, and NELL doesn't even get the bad luck on top of this. If you've been thinking that FLAK is an absolute garbage CO, then it's because you're absolutely right. The way good luck and bad luck interacts with each other means that he's very likely to never really get much out of his powers at all. Lastly, we have SONJA. SONJA's CO powers does not affect her luck values. In Advanced Wars 1, she has a bad luck value of 20, but in Advanced Wars 2, she only has a bad luck value of 10, which is the same as FLAK's. SONJA still has the good luck value of 10 that every other commander has, so in this sense, she is most likely to end up somewhere around 0. So in a sense, it's not fair to say that SONJA sometimes deals less damage, it's just that she usually doesn't get the same bonuses to luck damage that other COs get. So yeah, that is a very short video of me explaining one of the most convoluted and overly complex mechanics of Advanced Wars. Unless they completely change the way luck works in the reboot, which I think is very unlikely, this is going to be something every top-level Advanced Wars player will want to learn, as it literally impacts every single encounter. What do you think about luck? Do you think it adds anything to the gameplay, or do you think it's a bad mechanic which should be scrapped? Do you like how the game keeps this incredibly important mechanic hidden from the player, or do you think it adds a bit of fun randomness to a game that is otherwise very predictable? Let me hear your thoughts and opinions on luck in the comment section below. And if there's any other Advanced Wars mechanic you would like me to explain in detail, let me hear about that as well. Click the like button and subscribe for more Advanced Wars content in the future. My name has been Mengs, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!